we got ready to go to sleep, and that was it. And so that the night that at first night, so this, we're still talking about my kind of like first day there, and we'll start in a moment, or continue in a moment. But that night that I went to sleep, I had a very clear dream, and I wasn't quite asleep just yet. But as soon as I closed my eyes, I was kind of saying my prayers and going over my intention for the next day, just doing some breathing. Because I mean, it's loud. If people who've never slept in a jungle or in a forest, and really more a jungle, a forest isn't that loud. Jungle's loud. There is, thousands of bugs all around you, and they wake up at night. So it's very loud. Like you're not just falling asleep, like, oh, like sounds of like maybe 10 crickets, a little stream. No, it's, frogs, it's like, it's a lot. They're awake, man, so it took me a little bit to go to sleep, but as soon as I closed my eyes.
That's like their daytime, right? That's their time to get.
That's party time, man. Yeah. It's the jungle, So I kind of closed my eyes, and as soon as I did, and I kind of started to drift to sleep, but I was still awake because I could still hear the outside. I saw eyes open in my eyes, another set of eyes. And as I sort of looked at it, I looked up, and it was a huge green snake.
Oh, okay.
And in Spanish, there was a feminine voice, and it said, abierto, which means, it translates open.
Open, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so this, tripped me out because I didn't even take it. I just got there, nothing even, I haven't even taken anything yet. So it was kind of a deep thing. And then I was able to kind of go to sleep after that. And then in your first day, now you're kind of starting in your little boot camp, or your little retreat, if you want to call it that. And you start by drinking, at least at this center, and I don't want to give it all away, but I'll give as much as I can so folks know what it is. You drink this, I don't know I think it's a mixture of a couple different kind of plants, but it causes you to vomit, right? So they start you out by cleaning your stomach. And that's the real reason why they do that, because you're supposed to be dieting before you go there. You're supposed to not be having sex and not be eating meat and alcohol and everything else. But because the food's different down there, they really kind of want to reset that gut flora, gut fauna. And so you drink this stuff and you puke. For sure. So that's your
on the
morning.
technical side. Is that an absorption issue too for the ayahuasca? You get this out of the way, so those
Yeah, and the dieting is important. The dieting is very important. Actually, it's like if you're going on retreat, or somebody is dieting for, if you're going on a diet because you want to lose weight or you want to get, get buff or whatever the case is. It's what you take in is extremely important. And so if you're going to be taking in something that you want to absorb well, you have to make sure the stomach is clean. And I think it's also a way of getting rid of literally whatever else you're carrying with you from the outside world. Yeah. So you have yourself and you have what's in your stomach. I can't empty your mind, but I could empty the next thing closest to your mind, which is your stomach. And for those who study Chinese medicine, know the very close relationship of the stomach and the brain. And even in Western medicine, the gut brain is
gut brain stuff. It's getting really popular now.
Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah. So they start you off by doing that. And so that's how you get up in the morning. You get up and puke.
How bad for people going into it, how bad does it feel? Do you get super nauseous? Do you feel bad? Or is it
this was the most mild purging I've ever had in my life.
Okay. And, so it's not like you had a bad hangover or you have the flu or something. You don't feel bad. You just drink something and you're like, oh.
Yep, pretty much. That's right. Okay. You start coughing a little bit, and then all of a sudden there it comes, and it's usually just once. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. And
good.
And then you drink water and you wait a little bit and then you go eat breakfast.
Because there's things that people get concerned about too and go eating these things like, am I going to have to feel like all queasy and bad or whatever? And so it really wasn't your experience. Okay, cool.
This part, this part was not bad. And then we waited for about 45 minutes.
There's a phrase there, this part. Okay, so we'll get to that.
Yeah, for sure. So this part wasn't too bad. So then we went and had breakfast. And after I had breakfast, then I started to feel real bad. And then I went in the bathroom and then I threw up for real, like projectile, like it was, whole body heaving. It was really aggressive.
So what was the source of that, you think? Was that still from the plant you ingested, or is that just a thing?
So everybody else ate at the same time. Nobody else threw up. My guess is that what they give you, that drink, is not just stuff to make you vomit. There's probably other things in there that are starting to work already.
Oh, gotcha.
You
Okay.
know, and so the process has started. Now what's in there, I don't know. I think there's some tobacco in there, but and there's some a lot of other things. I'm not sure exactly. I don't really want to know. You know, although I kind of do. But
Yeah,
anywho,
yeah, you want to know actually, but yeah.
and
But people
so
are going to have their trade secrets. Not everybody's going to go and
that's
say
right.
exactly
That's
what they're
right. This
doing.
is
Mhm.
a proprietary blend.
Right, trade blend. Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, so then I went in the bathroom and then there was a lot. Like it was very aggressive. Like my ribs were squeezing. Like my abs were sore when I was done. And I came back to
Mm.
the little
But
eating area.
that didn't happen to everybody, right?
No,
Necessarily.
only me,
Okay,
because
interesting.
I'm special apparently.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I came back and I just felt terrible,
Mhm.
terrible. And very interesting. I won't forget it, man. I sat down and a woman who was sitting at the table near us. Now the bathrooms were maybe about 100 yards or so away from, or 75 yards away from the eating area. So close enough that if someone screamed, you could hear them yell, but like you're not going to hear over there. But they heard me.
Oh,
And when I
gotcha.
sat down, the woman said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah." "Why?" She goes, "We heard you in the bathroom suffering."
Okay.
And just that statement let me know that I was in a little bit of a different place with people already. You know what I'm saying? Like they're aware that like, oh, someone didn't say, "Oh, dude, I heard you in the bathroom throwing up, bro." You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
it wasn't like
Mhm.
that. Like they're aware that like that was some, you know, cleansing. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, I think that's maybe something worthwhile sharing with people because if you haven't done any of these retreat things, it's not like every single person's going to be your pal or something like
no.
that. And people have their issues, but you can meet some really nice people who will support the hell out of you in doing
Mm,
that because they kind of have this recognition like, I'm going on the thing, you're going on the thing, we're going on the thing together. Let's hold each other up while we're doing this. I mean,
hmm
you can have those experiences and they're pretty nice. That's Sangha too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that definitely is
Yeah.
that definitely the community. That's a huge part
Yeah.
of it for sure, because that's how it is. That's it. They're very. It's so part of the experience. It's so part of the
Yeah, for
experience.
anyone I've ever done like this, and I'm making analogies between this and doing retreats and stuff. That seems like the analogy for me.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I've had support from people. You know,
hmm
times when you need people, they'll step in, and you know, because these are hard. These are experiences that are adventures. You know, they have roller coasters to them,
hmm
right? And you know, sometimes you need a little bit of TLC or a helping hand from someone, and people will do it.
hmm
So if you know, it's one of the things to think about before you go into these things. Just know that there are people who will be good people there who
Yeah,
will, you
absolutely.
know,
Yeah, yeah,
will help you out. You'll get help from strangers,
yeah.
who then won't be strangers after that. Yeah.
Correct, and you'll do the same for other people.
Yeah.
You know, it's just part of that being in that space. So after I did that, I was sick all day long. And so most people here probably don't practice Chinese medicine, but I was in Shaoyang all day. And for those who don't know, Shaoyang meaning alternating chills and fever.
Yeah.
And I was, so it's, I mean, the jungle, it's, you know, the beginning of May. It's hot, very
Yeah.
hot. I am freezing, freezing. They couldn't give me enough blankets. I had all of my clothes on and I'm sitting there
Oh.
freezing and sweating and moaning, groaning, just all day for hours.
That almost sounds a little like for our TCM folks listening, that almost sounds a little Shaoyin or something too, because you
Could
got really
be,
cold and like,
could
yeah.
be, yeah.
I wonder about that connection. This is like TCM stuff between those things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Okay. Cool.
So
I
it
mean, not
was,
cool, but you know, it
yeah,
is what it is. You can
yeah.
understand it.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
Awesome. No, man. But you know,
Boo.
like so you can understand what it is, right? Sometimes that helps a little bit, right?
Yeah, for
Okay, I'm in
sure.
Shaoyang, maybe Shaoyin. Your mind
Yeah,
can say that to yourself while you're like, ugh. Yeah.
yeah. So this was, but I, you know, for those who don't know that, I was sick all day long. I had a very high fever, which is concerning because, you know, you come to a place you don't know, you drink some stuff that makes you puke, and now you're really ill, and you were fine, you know, the morning before. So obviously
Yeah.
something's going on.
Yeah.
So I stayed in my room all day, sweating and groaning. And then there was a doctor there who taught at Pacific College, where Eric teaches now and where I graduated from. And he comes in maybe about an hour, half hour before the ceremony is supposed to start, and he said, "How are you feeling?" I said, "Okay." You know, he's like, "Well, you don't look so great." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I feel terrible." And he's like, "Well, what do you need?" And I was like, "I don't know, man." He's like, "Do you want to go see a physician or something like that?" I was like, "I don't know, maybe." He's like, "Oh, it's about 4 hours away. You want to go?" I was like, "No, I don't want to go," because I know what it took to get here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he's like, "Well, are you going to drink the medicine?" And I was like, I don't know, man. He's like, that's an awful long way, huh? And I was like, oh man, all right. I'll see you in there, you know, because like he just, you know,
Was he trying to be encouraging, or was he trying to
yeah,
just asking?
he was trying to be encouraging in a way that he
Okay.
knows that a guy would probably be encouraged by, you know,
Okay.
a little teasing. Are you really, you're going to quit? Okay, no problem. You lay here and be sick. No, no.